into the video. Today I'm going to do some shout outs for some of the guys in the YouTube channels that I've been watching over the past few months, so stick around and see if you get a mention. There's some fantastic channels out there. I've got a bit of a stealth camp and I'm going to use my TCOP tent combat one person American issue tent for that, and then we're going to end tomorrow morning with a nice classic English cooked breakfast, which would be lovely.
Everything seems to look pretty in slow motion. There's no way this can be pretty, even though going at half speed, even though seconds move like mine.
I'm just about to start to walk in. I've come off the main paths and I'm basically going to head into that lot there. You just hopefully see behind me, so it gets a lot thicker, and it's about half an hour walk, that's all, which is not too bad with what I'm carrying today. So we'll get stuck into there and I'll see you in a minute. Proper woodland. One thing I do love is this. I'm hoping the microphone on this iPhone picks it up. It's the sound from that, from the wind running through the tops of the trees. That's awesome. Not that far away now. About a quarter of a mile. That's all. But, be good to get there and get a brew on. I'm having to stop literally about 200 metres from where I need to be, because there's 3 dog walkers with a dog playing in the stream at the bottom, and it's just where I need to break off the track to get into my camp for the night, which is a bit awkward. So I found myself a little hidey hole, and I'm just hiding basically with this tree as backdrop, and I'm just going to wait for these dog walkers at the bottom of the hill to disappear. They're letting their dog splash in the stream basically, right at the bottom of the hill, but it's where I need to walk in to get into my place without causing too much noise going through the thicket. And the last thing I want is to see people see where I stop. So I've basically done a bit of a loop all the way around so as not to give away where I'm actually going. So we'll crack on when they bugger off. Right, they've disappeared. Or at least the sounds have. And I'm going to make my way in. hopefully I'll have that good overwatch then on the path from the place I've chosen to stop for the night, which is just over there. Right, we've made our way through. The dog walks are buggered off, which is always nice, and yeah, I'm back to the spot where I recce'd the other day, so this is where I'll be for the night. It's absolutely lovely, it's spot on, it's a really nice little gaff, and I've got overwatch. So you've got the camera over this ridge, this little ridge here, goes down into the dip, and the track is way up there in those trees way on the opposite side, so I'll be able to hear and see anyone way up there. So this is my little place for the night. Set up and got everything in place. I've had a look at a cam net that I've got, but it doesn't actually do any good, to be honest. I was going to cover off this backside from a path that's that way, but to be fair, it doesn't really need it. Yeah, let's go and have a look from a distance and just see what it looks like. I'll just walk out to about 5 and again to about 20 metres. This is the clearest avenue, but it goes nowhere. There's nothing up here at all, it's just real dead wood. So there's no path through this end at all, which is nice. So this is about the clearest avenue if someone managed to get to here. Yeah, about here is the clearest avenue. It starts to get really thick in front of me, and that's not bad at all. So that's pretty good. Let's have a look. Further this way, and if I can do this and turn it round, stand by. So even just a couple of steps to one side of that clear gap, and you can't see anything at all. Can't see anything at all. There's that many trees in the way, and that much sort of natural camo anyway. And that's pretty good as it is, to be fair. Like I say, I've got a cam net, but I'm not going to use it. It doesn't need it. nestles quite well in there. It's a brilliant little tent, it really is. The fabric is of it is so strong. It's bomb-proof, it really is. It's an awesome bit of kit. I was very lucky to get a brand new one as well. You can get surplus ones, but you never know how much damage you're going to have to them, and how many times they've been struck and put away. And American squaddies are just like British squaddies, they'll just ram it in the bag, job done, when it's not needed again, and it'll go back to the quartermaster store. Let's have a look at the setup. This is what we've got going on. Just shorten that. So all my camp admin is squared away now. I've got everything out that I need to get out. I've got a little area for eating, keeping clean. My bits and pieces are hung up there for now, just for ease of admin really, just so I can get to them. But they'll come inside tonight. Let's have a look. So that's my chosen cooking kit. It's an Alpkit Brukit. Fantastic bit of kit that is. That's just a windshield. That's my pad, my kneeling pad. Somebody will buy a little closed cell foam thing, but this is at the back of an old day sack from many years ago, waterproof day sack. And I just cut the padding out the back, and it's solid on that side, padded on that side. So that serves as my sitting and kneeling pad. I'll get a torch on, and I'll take you inside, and I'll show you my sleeping setup. Right, so let's have a better look. A bit more about the quality of the tent. Absolutely solid ground sheet, proper bathtub design. I mean, this thing's huge. Look at that. You know, it's absolutely massive. Same on both sides, and you've seen that there's a door on either side of the vestibules, which are equal. My sleeping setup. This is the OEX Leviathan EV900. It's a down sleeping bag. Absolutely fantastic bit of kit. I should be no problems with being warm in that tonight. Underneath we've got the I use a Van Gogh air mattress, and I'll also use my cold weather jacket under there as well tonight as a pillow. I've got the NEMO Tensor pad, which is a fantastic bit of kit. I've only used this once actually. I've had all my old kit which I've been using, and this is quite a new purchase, so I'll give this a proper try in the cold tonight. Under that is an old thermarest that I've got, which just helps protect the Nemo air. And then on the ground there is an old 90 pattern issue. You can probably just see the hood. An old 90 pattern issue Gore-Tex bivy bag. Army issue, British Army issue Gore-Tex bivy bag. So that protects the ground. That just gives me that extra bit of protection. That's the warm layer underneath. Just keeps the cold air away. That's my actual sleeping pad. I'll get my fat napper onto that. And that thing there should keep me plenty of warm. What else we got in there? Not much really. Cold weather kit is down the bottom, but that'll come up top during the night. And again, just camp admin really. So my water's out of the way, keeping cold. And that's about it. And the next thing is really to get some scoff on the go, because I'm starving. This, for anyone who's interested, is simply an old, I think it's 90 pattern or whatever the new pattern was, of poncho, British Army poncho. I think they've got new ones now, but it's still pretty good nick. It's hardly been used, that, to be fair. And but folded up, it makes a great ground sheet. So that's the setup for tonight. it's tracking me. Better. I think so. I've got a weird app on the phone that tracks when I move, and it should do, but it's not, and sometimes it wants to track something totally different, but it seems like it's working anyway, which is not bad. So what that's what I'm here for, is to test out little bits and pieces, you know, and that being one of them. Yeah, well, I need to get a brew on, so that's that. I've already mentioned that my stove of choice is the Alpkit Brukit. It's a fantastic bit of kit, it really is, and every day will give these jet boils a run for the money, and for a lot less cost as well. Solidly made, and they're awesome. I can't fault it at all. I always bring one of these, standard 58 pattern Osprey, I think they call them in civil terms, but it's a 58 pattern water bottle. I always use that first, and the reason I always use this first instead of my stored water in there is because it's got a nice relatively wide aperture, and I'm not bragging when I say that, but if you use all your water out your 58 pattern first and get that done for the day and the night, this will be then empty for the night, which saves you having to get out your tent, because you can use that then as a receptacle for other things, you know. You can have a piss. I'm going to warm up a little bit of food. My main meal will be later on. It's going dark quite quick because it's winter time. But, and that'll be boiled in no time. I'm going to warm up a bit of an army ration. It's more of a lunchtime thing, really, to be honest. Just a bit of food now before it starts getting dark. I'll have my main meal later on. Steam coming off that already. That's how quick this thing is. I never carry with me shed loads of utensils. I've got a knife on my belt loop here, which I use for whatever, really, everything and anything. It's not a big bushman's knife. I've never found I really needed one, to be honest. But that'll cut just about anything I need. I've got a Gerber tool there that would also help out. But generally, I use the old squaddy tactic of a racing spoon. It's called a racing spoon because that's generally what you do with it. I don't use much else, to be honest. I've got the new modern equivalent of a racing spoon, the new issued. I've got it in my pocket. That is. Get it out, but I can't get it in, she said. I've got the new modern equivalent of a racing spoon, which is in here somewhere. I think where I've put it, but I'll get it later on. I'll find it later on. I don't know where it is. But it's like it's more like a spork thing. It's got a spoon element and a fork to it as well. They're only plastic. They come in the ration packs. So that's what I tend to use. Well, that's it boiling already. And that's 2 minutes and it's boiling. I can turn it right down now and just simmer my food for a little while. I've just located that the new modern version of the racing spoon that soldiers get nowadays in ration packs. So yeah, I've got one of those as well. It's all plastic, it's all throwaway stuff. I don't bother carrying loads of extra bits and pieces. These two things will do me absolutely fine with a knife. But 9 times out of 10. Oh, lovely. So peaceful, just lovely. The wind's dropped off, it was quite windy earlier on. The wind's dropped off now. I can hear distant voices of dog walkers. So far the relevant recce's that I've done have shown that there's no real pass through here, it doesn't go anywhere. Not that it wouldn't happen, but hey, you know. Can't stop someone walking through the woods and finding you. It might happen, you know. But just narrowed down the chances a bit, haven't we, that's all. Staying a bit brighter, a bit lighter tonight because it's basically a clear blue sky. A lovely moon out and clear blue sky. It's very double ginners, I would say. So it's due to get down to about -2 tonight. Sorry, no, +2 tonight. Not about +2, so it'll be fairly cold, but should be alright, especially in that Leviathan. We've got a comfort rating down to about -9, I think. I've slept in it at home. I wanted to test it out, see if it was comfortable, see if the inner fabric was all sticky and horrible and nylon-y. But I've got to be honest, I was pleasantly surprised for the money I paid. It was absolutely blinding. I pushed my duvet back, opened it out into a duvet and slept in it, and it was lovely. But I'll give that a decent outing tonight with a +2. Can't argue with these. I always liked them, even when I was in the army. Rat packs. just nice to be back out again. I've been out for so long because of everything that's going on in the world. I've changed jobs recently and changed life, as in partners, and I've had family deaths, all the hassle that goes with that, and it goes on for years, doesn't it? Brand new job, new career. I'm a kind of person that goes into things full on, and with the new job and new career, I gave it 18 months of absolute 100% all the way. I did nothing less to get established, you know. So it's nice now that I am established, even though world events might change that, but that's for another time. But it's nice that I'm established now, just to get back out again, you know. I was on Dartmoor about 8 months ago, and Woodbury Common for a couple of nights each. That was the last time I've been out. In fact, I was in this. I think I've got some photographs somewhere. I'll try and put a couple up. The other thing I'll do as well is I'll put the dimensions of the TCOP tent up. I've got something on my computer that shows the dimensions, so I'll pop that up too, and a couple of photographs of it in use by the US Army and things. So right, cup of tea time. Well, that's me all brewed and fed. I'll have a proper meal in a couple of hours. It'll be pitch black then. No point me filming that. But, one thing I do want to do is I want to do a couple of shout outs if I can. I've only got 2 videos on this YouTube channel. I've got I think 1 follower, that's all. So this is right from the word go. But the channels that I've been watching over the past sort of, I don't know, 6 months maybe not even that, maybe about 4 months, have got me going again and got me to come back outside a little bit more. I've been outside just got all my life anyway, but just to get out more, you know. And then watching the channels and seeing people get out and do stuff has spurred me really to use my phone and video a few things, you know. I enjoyed watching other people's channels, so I can't see why there might be the odd person who enjoy watching this. And it might spur them on to getting out and doing stuff. So, and I'm very lucky. I've got a lot of kit. You know, I've been out here, you know, many times before, all my life. If you've watched the first couple of videos, you'll see I was in the army for 18 years. And I was a combat survival instructor and a weapons instructor and all sorts of other things. So outdoors, especially the combat survival stuff, part of my bread and butter. But these YouTube channels have spurred me on just to get out more and to video this. I've bought a little tiny handheld gimbal thing, which is this is stood on now. Seems to work all right. But the shout outs I want to do, and in no particular order, Black Country Woodsman. Mate, your videos are awesome. I love the way you do them. I've literally watched just about all of them. I've binge watched over the past 2 months I found you through other channels, but I love the way you do stuff, and I love your take on it. Your I was going to say gentleness about it all, but it's not gentleness. It's just appreciation of the quietness of the woods and what it does for you particularly. I did see one of your videos which struck a chord with me, but that's for another story. Where you talked specifically about, you know, your past and why you come to the woods a lot. You know, it clears your head, and working with heavy machinery and stuff and things that have gone on in the past. And I think that's awesome, mate. I think that's brilliant. Your videos have really inspired me to get out and start videoing things. I really enjoy your stuff. Who else have I got? Oh, the English Woodsman as well. Mate, you're funny as. I think you're brilliant. You're just down to earth. You just get on with it, and I love the fact that, you know, you don't pretend to be anyone. You just rock off there and get out there and do it. You know, I've seen you camping in little woodlands when you've almost been caught by wardens. You've camped on the side of hills overlooking cities, and so I think that's great. I think one night you even camped in an old disused brick building or something. I just think it's awesome. You get out there, you get your stakes on the go. You know, you're lively with it. That's brilliant, and it's really nice to see. Who else we got? Paul Messner. Paul, your reviews are brilliant. You know, you really go well on your filmmaking. You know, you look really professional. You've got a great website, and you're an inspiration for people to get out there. And you're like a brew dog, which I won't argue with. So, who else we got? Funky Prepper. Yeah, Funky Prepper. You really get stuck into stuff, you know. I love the way you buy all your prep gear and you go for it. It's really enthusing to see. But yeah, prepping's not really my thing. I don't think it ever will be, coming from an army background. But yeah, great stuff. Funky Prepper's really good. The Cheshire Wanderer, your videos again have been absolutely spot on. And Simon, a Man in the Woods, I've really enjoyed your stuff as well. Particularly enjoy your hot tent stuff and on your bike and things like that. That's really cool. Who else have I got? Dragon Outdoors, that was it. Dragon Outdoors. One of your videos, you're on the edge of a cliff. You put a cam net up and it all came down in the wind. It was really windy night. So it was awesome to see you get out there, you know. And I really like that. But, anyway, there's hundreds of others, there's loads of others, but I really want to say those particular ones I've been watching quite in depth recently. And I just thought I'd say, you know, well done, cheers, and you know, you make other people get out there, which is what I'm doing tonight. And I've been doing for the past few weeks, getting out and recceing and stuff again in a new place. I've moved to this new town, not this new town, but a new town. I don't know the area that well at all. I'm in the Midlands now, where I used to be based down south, and well, I was all over the place, but I'm now in the Midlands, only a few miles out of Birmingham. But yeah, it's just nice. It's nice. Your videos really have been brilliant to watch, and have really spurred me on to get out myself, which is the thing. If it gets people out and about, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Anyway, it's getting airy pictures now. I can see the screen on my phone is can hardly see me. So with that, I think I'll call it a day for recording. I might do a little bit in the tent later, have a chat in the tent, but yeah, anyway, bit of score. I've had a nice brew. We're all set up. First night out for a while. So those are the shout outs I wanted to make, and it's because of you guys that I'm out here tonight. So cheers. It's just all gone quiet. It's so lovely. There's no dog walkers sounds anymore. There's no kids in the distance. All the birds have stopped. There's the odd scurry of the odd animal around. I can't even hear traffic in the distance. I can hear the stream at the bottom of the hill. And it's just so lovely. Such a nice night. Look at that. I wish you could take a photograph of the moon. I've tried, but it doesn't really come out. So I'm not going to ruin it by putting... I've just heard an owl, which is nice. But yeah, I wish you could take a photograph of the moon, but unfortunately it just doesn't come out in this form. But it's absolutely lovely out there. It's just nice to sit quiet and fed, watered, all set up for the night. Lovely. Morning. There. What a lovely morning. I've been so lucky. Blue skies again. Had a cracking night's sleep. A couple of tossing and turning. Otherwise, it's been spot on. Virtually no condensation on the inside of the tent at all, well, none on the inside. Tiny bit of dampness in the outer sheet, but I left that open all night, to be honest, this outer sheet. Bird started about 4:30. But I laid in. I ended up getting a text. I left my phone. My phone switched on. I got a text from a cousin in America at about 5. I was basically awake from then. I need to get out of the tent and have a good stretch. Stretch me back. Oh. I find for me, that's the thing in the morning when I get up, just have a good back stretch because I can't spread around as much as I would do in my normal bed at home, you know. It's fresh, really fresh, it's lovely. The Yuko candle was on when I answered the text at 5 o'clock this morning. So that went all night long. I have no issues with leaving that on all night. It's in a sealed container, sealed unit. It just keeps the temperature up. It just keeps that temperature up a little bit in the tent, you know. And also when you do wake and you want to just shift about a bit or move the pad slipped a little bit in the night, you can see. Lovely. Right. Oh, better get a cup of tea on. Watched 2 films last night. Downloaded them on Netflix. That's the thing with the winter nights, it's quite long in a tent. You know, if you're getting in bed somewhere around, I don't know, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever. So I downloaded 2 films on Netflix. I had Smoking the Bandit, old school, and then Easy Rider. by the time I'd done both of those, it was after midnight. It's perfect. Perfect to go to sleep. It's just nice listening here, lying here listening to the sounds. Still quite cold. In fact, I've got frost on the ground all around just there, so I'm thinking I must have just touched 0 degrees. It's supposed to be at +2, but I think it was just on 1, possibly 0 degrees. I think because there's frost on the leaves, and the leaves are frozen back there. Sweet, right. Oh, let's get up, get ourselves a brew. Right then, breakfast time. Aside from classic full English breakfast, which I'm not going to cook out here, I think the next best thing is bacon and eggs. You can't beat bacon and eggs, can you? So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to take a little tip from the English woodsman. Mate, you're always out doing a bit of cooking, and normally I'll just use my gas burner, army rations, basic stuff. I don't go cooking outdoors, but I'm going to start doing a little bit more of it, I think, because I watch you do it and I think it's fantastic. Your massive steaks and all sorts of stuff. So I just thought, well, do you know what? I fancy bacon and eggs. So that's what I'm going to have. Got myself a little bijou frying pan. Got my bacon, and I got my eggs, all pre-made. So all I've done with the bacon is just stick it in a Ziploc with a bit of butter in there. Simple as that. I'm going to chop that up. Eggs, ready for making scrambled eggs. You'll see it's a little bit orange, and that's because I've put a bit of Tabasco in there just to give it a bit of a kick. I'm going to cut it into little bits and pieces, or just break it up into little bits and pieces. I don't want full pieces of bacon. And you'll see why. Been kept nice and cold overnight. It's freezing to touch. There is. I looked I just went for a walk a few minutes ago, and down in the little gully that's down to my right in the lower ground, because I'm on top of this sort of ridge line, it's frost everywhere. Frost really got into the ground down there. So I reckon it was just on 0 degrees last night. There you go. Shed loads. Everything straight into the gash bag. Don't leave anything lying around. Keep everything as tidy as possible. Lovely. Right. Sun's just breaking through right above, so hopefully I should get some nice light shortly. Can't quite see it. If I angle the camera too far up, you're not going to see what I'm doing. It's really starting to come onto the trees just behind me, which is lovely. And hopefully should start warming me up shortly. See that on the camera. Let's get the butter onto the pan. That melted in first. Three eggs, a little bit of salt, a little bit of tiny little bit of butter, a bit of milk, and some Tabasco sauce.
A few moments later.
Just about done. I got 3 eggs in there. Cardinal sin. Oh yeah, it tastes like Tabasco. When you put the clip-on ring onto these things to cook on a normal pan, obviously you've got the escape of heat on the outside, and it's starting to bubble already. Again, I'm not paid by them. They haven't given me this. This is my kit that I bought. But Alpkit, the Brukit stove is the best thing since sliced bread. Absolutely fantastic. It doesn't boil as quick now, obviously, because it hasn't got the. If you don't know how they work, I'm sure you do. But they've got the fins on the bottom, That's why it boiled so quick on my brew last night. That thing was boiled, you know, 3/4 of this was full, 2 minutes, done. And then you just turn it straight off and simmer it. Same as this morning, I think I captured a bit of video footage this morning making my brew. They're so quick. Awesome bit of technology. And again, I have a friend of mine whose son is in the army, and all he wanted was a jet boil. He said, "Oh, I need a jet boil, I want a jet boil." And I bought him one as a well done gift for passing out as a young lad. There we go. And we tried it out. We had a play with it just to get it working and show him how it all works and stuff. And the Alpkit performs better. I'll tell you now, the Alpkit performs better and it's cheaper. So I won't change from Alpkit, I'm pretty sure. Sun's just starting to come through. I think you can just about see it on the camera now. It's just starting to get above my horizon, which is a tree line about half a mile in that direction. But there's no dog walkers out because the poochies are going to smell that. Oh, just get that hint of Tabasco. How's about that then? Bacon and eggs. A little bit of Tabasco in there as well, just to give us a kick. See how we get on. Oh, that's mega. That is the bee's bollocks. And if I'm honest, it's better than a ration pack. Although I do like the all-day breakfasts from the modern ration packs. Well, you don't want to see me scoff this, so I'll down it, and I'll get back to you in a little bit. Well, thanks for watching the video. It's only my third video, so if you've got through to the end, you're a braver man than I. And yeah, I've had a good 24 hours. Good to be back out again. Like I said in the shoutouts, it's thanks to those people that sparked off the interest again. I haven't been out for months, so thanks very much for all your effort when you do your channels. It's really much appreciated. And I've realised over the last sort of 24 hours how hard it is to. It's not just coming and setting up and listening to the wildlife, the camera stuff, and trying to get the right little shots and trying to think about what to say and what to do. You know, it's hard work. There's a lot of time, hours. I should have come a couple of hours earlier, really, yesterday. But so I appreciate how hard it is for all you proper YouTubers out there with thousands of subscribers and that to keep the content going. That's not my aim. My aim is just to put up a few videos and see what happens, really. So, anyway, thanks for watching. If you do like the video, be sure to subscribe. That corner, one of them. Click on the 8 ball. Job done. And like it if you like it. Right, well, I'm going to get off in that direction, back home. I'm going to wash all my kit and get everything prepped for the next time. So I'll see you again soon. Cheers.